welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is my beauty rewind video. A beauty rewind is where I rewind to all the products that I used the previous month that were kind of new in general or just new to me that I tried, and I share my thoughts on all those products after having used them for a month. I know there's a couple other girls who do videos like this. I always link them in my description box. They are Lauren Delafera, Samantha March, and Katie Marie, and I'm sure there might be others, but those are the ones that I watch and I know do similar videos to this. So if you like this type of video, be sure to check them out there in the description box. But with that, I want to keep this brief. We're going to get right into the products. Alright, so the first couple products you guys probably have not seen me use on my channel yet. I have used a few of these on my Instagram though. When it comes to skincare, I don't do a lot of like videos about like skincare routines or you know, much talk about skincare stuff. So I actually do a lot of skincare demos and videos and share my thoughts on products like that on my Instagram account. So if you're into skincare and want to see more videos on that, like that are really brief, you know, cutesy little Instagram videos, as well as have, you know, read my thoughts, I share a lot more of them there. When I do share, I usually share them on Saturdays or Sundays. It's like a skincare Sunday, skincare Saturdays, and that's not every week because I'm trying not to try a bunch of new skincare every week, but you know, there may be one or two a month that I share. So anyways, with that, I want to talk about the skincare products that I did try that were new this month, and they were all from Glow Recipe. I was recently put on the Glow Recipe. Oh, that sounds so weird to say that. I thought I was saying it wrong. It is Glow Recipe, but for some reason I was like, Glow Recipe, that's weird. Anyway, sorry. I was recently put on the Glow Recipe PR list. I'm not quite sure how. They just found me and started sending me some products, so that was a really nice surprise because it is a brand that I have been wanting to try for a long time. Their products are very, very cutesy and kind of tend to come off and look gimmicky, so I had been very curious about their brand, so I'm very excited that I got sent products to try. So the first one I want to talk about is their Blueberry Bounce Cleanser, and as you can see, I have used this quite a bit. This has been my main cleanser for the last month, except for when I did travel to New York for IMATS. I did take a different cleanser just because it was a little bit more travel friendly, but for the most part this is the cleanser I use, and I really like this a lot. It has a delicious scent. I love the scent of blueberries and raspberries and things like that. Fruity scents I really just enjoy in general. It says makeup erasing, deep cleansing. I don't really remember any of the other claims about this cleanser or you know what it does for you, but I will just say I really like it. It has a very nice lather. It smells delicious. I think it does a really great job at removing my makeup and cleansing my skin, and so I have been really enjoying it. And if you do want to see it in action, like I said, I do have a video. I'll link that in the description box if you'd like to see it using these products. And then next up I have this, which is, it hasn't been opened, but I was sent two of them. This is their Watermelon Glow Jelly Sheet Mask. It's supposed to be soothing and hydrating, and so I did use one of them, and it's hard for me to have thoughts on, you know, the masks that you wear for just a brief amount of time. I thought it was okay. It is more of a jelly mask, so it's not one of those paper sheet masks, but it's more of a jelly texture, so I feel like it sticks to the skin a lot better, and it's pretty comfortable to wear as opposed to like the paper masks that I feel like aren't as comfortable. This one's pretty comfortable to wear, but this does have watermelon hyaluronic acid, and it's supposed to help quench dehydrated skin, leaving it soft, supple, and bouncy. I do have a lot more dry skin, so this did feel nice on the skin, but as far as like, did I notice anything like long lasting? I don't really know, but they're cute, they're fun, and this smells really nice as well. And then also I did have, oh dang it, I shook it up so you can't see. Maybe it'll separate again, but I also have their Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist Hydrating Plus Glowing Radiance. It's kind of like a setting spray. At least I believe it can be used as a setting spray. I also use it as like kind of a, after I did my skincare, I'll use it to like kind of hydrate and kind of prep the skin before makeup, but I've also used it after applying makeup as a setting spray, and so I really like this. It has a very, very fine mist. Let me just spray it so you guys can see, hopefully. Oh, I don't even know if it's going to show up on camera. It's so fine. The mist on it is beautiful. It smells like Jolly Ranchers. It feels really, really good on the skin. It does come with like a little bit of oil on here, and then the rest of it, and you are supposed to shake it up. That's how it looks like this. I'll let it settle in and show you guys again, but so far I haven't used a ton of it, as you can see, but so far I am really, really liking this a lot. I do appreciate sprays that have a very nice fine mist and that feel really good, so I have been really enjoying that. And actually I did add this to my monthly makeup basket. I already had previously filmed what was going to be in my basket for the month. That video should be live already before this one, so if you haven't seen it and you want to know what's in my monthly makeup basket, which is a new thing I'm doing, I'll link that video so you guys can check it out. But I had this set aside with some other products, and I forgot to put it in my drawer, but when I saw it I was like, oh, I want to add that to my monthly makeup basket because I would like to use that more this month. But anyways, here's what it looks like when it's separated. So I did add that to my makeup basket. And then also, just so you guys know, what is on my face, minus the eyes because I don't do eyes from a makeup basket, but face wise, all this comes from my monthly makeup basket. So anyways, that was a rabbit trail right there. Let's move on. I also recently got the Pineapple C Bright Serum, and I love this. This one's one of the newer products to me, but already I really, really like this. Now I have kind of really pared down my skincare lately because oftentimes I am trying a bunch of new things, and I'm always trying to figure out how I want to incorporate them in and really see how they're working. But sometimes I'm using so many different products that it's hard for me to be like, okay, what is really actually doing something and what's just like not really doing anything. And then usually if there's something I feel like irritating my skin, I'll try to weed that out. But lately I haven't had any issues with my skin. My skin I feel like has actually been looking better than it has in the longest time. But I've really been paring down my nighttime skincare routine to, I'll use my makeup eraser to remove my makeup. I will use this cleanser to wash my face, and then I usually like to go over again my face with either some kind of toner or Melaleuca tea tree oil to kind of really further get any dirt or residue off my face. And then I will use this serum, this vitamin C serum, and then I will go on top of it with a nighttime cream. And lately I've been using the, I think it's called the multi-action something, but it's from City Beauty. It's like a firming cream as well, and so that's kind of been my nighttime routine for the last couple of weeks, and I feel like my skin has been just looking better than it has in the longest time. I really love like it's kind of clearing up. I did have a little bit of issues today around my chin, but I kind of always do, but it hasn't been as bad as it usually is. But for the most part, the rest of my skin is looking just firm, bright, clear, even, and I am just really, really loving it. And I do feel like a big part of it is this Pineapple C serum, along with the other products, of course, but I really feel like this is, I love the way it feels. It's a great serum. It's not super scented like a lot of the Glow Recipe products are. So it does have a faint scent of pineapple to it. So I kind of appreciate that because I know that vitamin C in general kind of has a weird smell. Like if it's not scented, it kind of has a little bit of a weird smell. Some people may disagree with me, but if you've ever smelled it, to me it kind of smells like hot dogs. That's kind of weird, but it does. So I kind of appreciate this has like a little bit more of a pleasant scent. It's a nice thick-ish serum, but it sinks into the skin really so you can see like that. So it's like, you know, it's liquid, it's fluid, but it's a little bit more thick. But it sinks into the skin very, very nicely. Now this also has vitamin E, if I'm remembering correctly, as well as hyaluronic acid. So it's a really awesome combo of a serum. And I remember I talked about a while back, maybe in an empties video, I can't quite remember, but I talked about a vitamin C serum that I used to really, really love. And what I loved about it is that it wasn't just a vitamin C serum alone. It was a mixture of, I think, hyaluronic acid as well as vitamin E too. And I loved that combination because, for one, I think I say this all the time, but I'll say it again for anybody who's new here. Hyaluronic acid is one of my favorite skincare ingredients. It's just really great at attracting and keeping moisture into the skin. So I love that as someone with dry skin. Vitamin E is great for helping to moisturize the skin too, and keep it hydrated. And did I say vitamin C? Vitamin E for that one. And then vitamin C is a really great antioxidant, if I remember. Sometimes I remember information so weird, but I'm pretty sure antioxidant rich, as well as it helps fight free radicals and things like that. So it's really good for your skin and good in skincare. And so I haven't had a vitamin C serum in a while, but I'm really glad to have one back in my routine because clearly I feel like it is definitely making a difference in my skin. And so I don't have the box with me to remember what else is in here and what the claims are of it. I do feel like it's supposed to be like a brightening serum and things like that, which actually, yeah, it does say that, brightening and smoothing. And I do feel like it is benefiting my skin. I haven't noticed any bad reactions or anything like that. It's a really great serum, and I'm so happy to have it. Alright, so that's pretty much all the new stuff that you guys have not seen on my channel yet. I want to talk about that stuff first since you guys have not seen it. I haven't talked about it on my channel, and I don't want you guys to be bored if I just go right into the products you've already kind of seen on my channel or seen on my social medias quite a bit or recently or anything like that. So anyways, here's where we get into the products that you guys have seen on my channel already, and I'm going to try to go through them pretty briefly because I feel like my thoughts haven't really changed much, but I figured I'd touch on my thoughts after having used them a little bit longer. So anyways, going into it, I want to talk about the Urban Decay Game of Thrones collection. So if you have not seen yet, I do have a full video all about the collection. I do 2 different looks, I do swatches, I do the whole thing, and I think I managed to keep the video fairly short, which was shocking to me. It took me 4 hours to film, and I think I managed to get the video under 25 minutes. If I remember correctly. So I was like, who am I? This is amazing. But yeah, it took me 4 hours to film. Anyways, so in that collection, it was the palette. So I'm not going to show like everything because you could get all the information in that video, and by now I feel like this is not, it's not necessarily old news, but it's older news by now. I have been using the palette quite a bit this month. In addition to the 2 looks I created on my video that I put up, I did create, I think, 3 more looks with this palette, which I know may not seem like a lot, but in between I was still doing looks for, you know, different videos here with my Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette, and then this look, which was for another video, and just different things. So anyways, I used this as much as I could in between, and I still really love these shadows, love this palette. I feel like it's funny because I feel like a lot of people who reviewed this collection or got this collection gave it a bad review, but it was more so about like the collection and what they thought it should have been and how disappointed they were with like the layout and there should have been separate palettes and blah blah blah. It wasn't necessarily about the quality or anything like that, and I found that very weird. I'm like, when did reviews only become about packaging and how it should have been packaged or designed, or what color should have been named what and what color should have been what? It's like, what about the quality? Like, how did it perform? Did you even use it? Like, what are you thinking? And I just found that really weird. And also a lot of people were saying like the color combinations didn't really make sense. How do you make looks with it? And things like that, and I was like, that's so weird to me because I feel like I looked at this and I've been able to create several beautiful looks that go well together. I feel like even though you look at this palette and maybe the colors look like they don't go well together, they actually really do. And so I've really been enjoying it. I think the quality is really good. And there are a couple of shadows that are a little bit more sheer and a little bit more hard to work with, especially more in this house section here. But even still, if you use the right brush, they perform really well. So I really do like this, and I'm gonna hopefully continue using it. If you guys would like to see another tutorial with it, I would love to do that because I've really been enjoying using that. So anyways, I said I was gonna keep this brief, and then I'm being long-winded as usual. So anyways, then next up we have the Mother of Dragons highlighting palette. This is something I put in my monthly makeup basket for this month because I really love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. I will just say this really quickly. I don't know if I mentioned this in my review video of this collection, but typically when Urban Decay comes out with collections, there's always a highlight in whatever collection they do, you know, holiday collection or whatever, and the highlight is always something that I never like. I just feel like it's either like chalky, or the colors aren't right, or it's way too glittery. It's just never, the highlight is never something I've ever been excited about, and I usually always give away or gift to somebody or declutter. But this highlighting palette is beautiful. There's 3 different colors, and each one is just stunning. I feel like I feel very fortunate in that I feel like each one of these shades actually works pretty well for my skin tone. This is not what I have on today. I'm wearing the Artist Couture highlight today. That's why it's so blingin'. But oh gosh, it's so good. So I was really happy about this. Then we have the lip and cheek stain, and normally this isn't a product that I gravitate towards using that often either. I'm just not like a big cheek stain kind of a person or lip stain kind of a person. But since I did get it, I have actually been putting it to use. I've kept it on my dresser for right here where I get ready in the morning, and on the days where I just want a really quick easy look where I'm barely doing anything, I'll put a little bit of concealer on, and then I'll actually use this for my blush and a little bit of a lip tint, and it's really quick and easy to use. It's a very much more sheer, I mean, it looks really intense because how red it is, but it actually gives a pretty sheer tint. It's nothing too intense, so and it can be built up, so it's not as intimidating as it looks, and it works really well for a quick, easy, everyday look. That's how I've been using it the last couple of weeks. And then we have the lipsticks, and if you know me at all, you know how I feel about lipsticks. I think they're pretty, but they're not necessarily something I get super excited about. They're a product that I put in the friend zone. If you watch my Makeup Romances tag, that's a reference to that, so if you haven't seen it, watch it. But lipstick is a product that is in the friend zone for me. I do think they're beautiful, I just don't wear them that often. These are beautiful. I think the shades and the packaging of them, stunning. I did swatches in the video with this collection, so if you want to see all the swatches, check out that video. I will say though that surprisingly one of these has become kind of a favorite for me, which is shocking. I know, like I said, lipstick, friend zone, so it's like weird, but the shade Sansa Stark has been a go-to for me. It's been something I've been reaching for constantly. It's actually one that I took with me to New York when I went to IMATS, because I was like, it's an easy to wear color. It's like kind of a peachy color, a peachy nude, but it is a sheer lipstick. So you know, they have their comfort matte, they have their and they're metallized. I don't think I realized they had a sheer formula actually, so that kind of took me by surprise, but I love it. So it's very like it has pigment, so it's not super sheer, but it's very creamy and moisturizing, and when I put it on, it almost feels like a lip balm, so that's why I was like, ooh, I really like this. And because it's sheer and not like super pigmented like a lipstick, I'm not really too worried about it getting messy or anything like that, because it's almost like a lip balm, which is a little bit of a tint to it, and the color for me personally is just beautiful. It just works, and I really love it. I never would have thought I would have been like loving a lipstick, but Sansa Stark, she's got me. So this has been kind of a go-to, one I keep in my purse now. Really love it. All right, and then lastly for the collection, we have the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils. These are really nice. I'm not going to say much about them. They're just like, I in general like the Urban Decay eyeliner pencils. You guys see me use them quite a bit in several different tutorials, so it's always nice to have you know, more from the collection. So the last products I have to talk about are the products that I picked up at IMATS. If you haven't yet seen, I did do an IMATS haul, so you can see all the products that I got, because I didn't bring them all over here. And then I also did like a haul in action video where I put all the products that I hauled from IMATS in action on my face, and then talked about my IMATS experience. So it was a little bit of a chit chat, get ready with me using all the products that I hauled and talking about, you know, my experience at IMATS. So if you haven't seen that and you're interested to see these products in action as well as hear about my time at IMATS, I'll link that video, definitely check it out. But I'm going to try to briefly go through these products because I feel like I just did those videos, they just went live. So I don't want to bore anybody who's already heard about these products, you know, in like 2 recent videos. So anyways, let's go and get into it. I have the Bioderma Hydrating Moisture Serum Primer thing. And I actually really like this a lot. This has kind of been my go-to primer moisturizer before I do my makeup since I got it. I didn't put it in my makeup basket for this month because there's other primers and moisturizers that I want to use up this month and just kind of get out of my collection. So I did set this aside for this month, but previously while I had this was my go-to. I really love it. And then I did look it up, and I don't think it's as expensive as I thought it was, because I couldn't remember what I paid for it at IMATS, but I thought I remembered Bioderma being kind of an expensive brand, but it's actually not that expensive. So anyways, I can see this being a product that I would repurchase because I really love it. It's not like a typical primer. I really just love that it can be used as a primer and help prolong your makeup, but also really helps hydrate and quench some dry skin, so I've really been loving it. And next up, I do have a lipstick that I got at IMATS. This is the shade. It's a really beautiful shade. Now it's funny because I just talked about how I'm not super into lipsticks, but there is a whole story and a reason why I picked up this lipstick, and about the brand Indigo Cosmetics, which is where this lipstick is from, and the women behind that brand. I talk about that in my haul in action video. I definitely encourage you guys to go watch it and learn about them if you haven't yet already. They're just very, very wonderful, so I had to grab one of their products to show them some love and support. And then Decay Cosmetics is the next brand that I want to talk about. I have continued using the blush a few more times since getting these products. Now, if you watch my haul in action video, sorry I keep referencing it, but it's just like that's where all the information is. When I first used these products, they totally blew me away. Now, I only brought over the eyeshadow and the blush over here. The bronzer is still in my drawer, and I actually might see about gifting that to somebody else because I did try to use it again, and unfortunately I really don't think it'll work for me, or maybe I'll actually hold on to it a little bit longer to when to summer when I get a little bit darker. It might work for me then, but I'm not quite sure. Anyways, that bronzer ended up being quite a bit too orangey for my complexion, at least for right now, so maybe it'll work in the future. I'm not quite sure, but I most likely will have to give that away. But it's so pigmented, very, very beautiful. And as well, the blush, so if you guys, like I said, if you watch that video, my reaction when I first put this on was like I was in shock. I was literally shook, and I never say that, but I was shook. The pigmentation on this is just absolutely stunning. I feel like swatching it really doesn't do it justice, but when you apply this on your cheeks with a brush, holy dang, it'll blow you away. So I have actually used this quite a bit more the rest of April, and again I set it aside because I have other products that are in my monthly basket now. But ooh, love this, and love this brand too. It's such an amazing brand that I was really excited to support and tell you guys about in my haul video. But yeah, I've been loving this. Pigmentation on that is like whoa. And then I also got an eyeshadow from them, which I've only used the one time, but it's a stunning green shade. Love. Definitely check out those brands. They're really, really amazing. And then really quickly, I just wanted to mention, because I did get some more NBA Cosmetics products. I got more of the premium glitters, which you guys will have seen, and you guys already know how I feel about glitter and NBA, so I don't really need to say more, but I figured I just mentioned them in case you haven't seen that video. Check it out because I do use some of the new products. And then their new glitzy glosses, which I haven't used all of them yet. I still have not filmed a swatch video. I've just been kind of swamped lately, but I plan to get to that and swatch all their new glitzy glosses. But I wanted to mention, because I forgot to, the glitzy glosses have a very, very yummy fruity scent. They actually smell like Fruity Pebbles. So if you like sweet, fruity, scented, glitzy, glittery glosses, check out NBA Cosmetics' new glitzy glosses. And then a very, very last couple of things I wanted to mention. I did get a few other brushes and things like that at IMATS, but these were the two stand out to me that I've continued to keep using and have fallen in love with. More so this one than the other ones. And this is the Smith 118 brush. This is just a brush I am in love with. How weird is that to say? But oh my gosh, the shape of it makes it perfect. I have been using it more so for contour, but I've also used it for foundation. It's just like I was gonna say, the shape of it just makes it perfect for being a very, very versatile brush, because you could use it with foundation, you can use it to apply blush, you can use it for contour, which is what I've been really loving to use it for. And also this, the bristles are a mixture of synthetic as well as natural hairs, so it makes it again a little more versatile because you could use it with cream products, liquid products, powder products, and it's going to work really great with all of them. So it's just, I've fallen in love with it and it's become my go-to brush. And then I've been using this quite a bit too, but I really like it, but I would say definitely love the Smith one. I fell in love with that a little bit more. But this is the Royal Langnickle Omnia BOM 31, their pointed powder brush. I really love how soft this is. I love the point to it, so I've been using this for applying powder all over my face, but also kind of wiping away like when I add the extra powder under my eyes. It's very, very soft. I've also used this for bronzing up the face because the shape of it makes it, and it's so fluffy, makes it perfect for just dispersing you know, color around the face. Is very soft. The one thing I don't like about their Omnia line is that they come in with these thicker, very thick handles, and I do prefer thinner handles. Like this one's a little bit thicker, but it's still pretty thin in comparison, if you can see. So that's what I don't love that about the brushes that I got from the Omnia line, but they're like, as far as the actual brush themselves, beautiful, stunning, been loving them. And I did get a few other brushes from Royal and Langnickle also, but those are the ones that are kind of like stand out to me that I want to mention. So anyways, that wraps it up for this beauty rewind video. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts about all the new products that I tried last month. If you guys have any questions about any of these products, anything that I may have left out, because I was kind of trying to speed along, even though I'm sure this video is going to be very long anyways, but please don't hesitate to ask. I would love to answer any of your questions in the comment section. And again, be sure to check out the other videos that I mentioned if you have not yet seen them and you want to see these products in action. But with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!